first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Well, today I'd like to talk about Fight Club. I'd like to talk about fights in schools. Now, there are some realistic possibilities that teachers may need to break up fights, and the government guidance supports this. It says that you can intervene to break up a fight between two or more pupils, and they specify on the playground. I don't think we have to be that specific. Fights can happen anywhere. Now, this can be misinterpreted. Let's say you're a teacher who decides you're going to break up a fight. You pick who you think the aggressor is, you wade in, wrap both arms around them, grab hold of them, hold them back, and you pick the wrong child. You've then got to spend the next parents' evening explaining to Mrs. Jones why you held her son whilst the aggressor broke his nose. When I ask people if they've ever had to break up fights before, very often they don't just tell me. They get their hands and they do an impression of somebody swimming. Because realistically, if it was something that happened instinctively and you had to break up a fight, that's what it'd be. It'd be about separating the two parties, not actually getting in and doing some kind of restrictive hold on the person. And if you take somebody that's my size, for example, 6'3", 17.5 stone, and you imagine that I'm going to go in and break up a fight, have I got the power to do so? Absolutely, of course I've got the power to do so. But I guarantee if I waded in, grabbed those children and separated them, I would cause more physical and emotional harm to those children than if I just let them fight. Now, I'm not saying let's take sweepstakes and watch fights, because we have acts and we have omissions. An act is something which you do, which you be questioned about, and an omission is something which you fail to do. You omit to do it. So what are the alternatives? Well, let's think about why they're fighting, or why did they start fighting. That might be something to do with Facebook, it might be something to do with match attacks cards, you don't know. They're probably carrying on fighting because they've got an audience. Well, if we can quell the audience and we can then also make it unacceptable for an audience to chant fight, 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 you disseminate the fight straight away and you stop it from happening again into the future. What about a verbal command? What about physical presence? They're all realistic alternatives to wading in and grabbing hold of somebody in the first place.